Okay, guys. The second match is starting. Loser bracket. We are 5 players, and the last 3 players will get eliminated from the whole competition, while the top 2 players will move on into the next loser bracket round. I should be favorite on this track in this matchup. My goal is also to win, and not just top 2. So let's go. The cool thing is we actually start with, like, I wasn't sure if I should take this map or not, and then he actually decided to pick it himself. It's a bit surprising. So you have a bit of warm-up here. Let's go! What I just remembered is that I actually drive a cut, and I'm not sure if the others are also driving that cut. I'm not sure if the others are also driving the cut. Doesn't really, like, if you watch me and you never saw this track, you will not realize that I'm actually cutting. But of course this map is a little bit confusing with the ways, and the intended line is a little bit different. And that's why I'm only 5th here, and why I'm now 2nd, 1st, whatever, 3rd. I mean, I don't know how many players are doing it, but it explains a little bit at least. Oh my god, is that tight? It was 1/10. It keeps it close. Again 1/10. Nah, okay, then it is at least good that I didn't pick it. I don't know why actually my PB is nowhere to be seen here. I'm really not sure what I'm doing wrong on this snowcar map. Also for a snowcar map, this is extremely bad for me, how this map is going. It shouldn't be that bad. So now we drive this pipe map, which is yeah, of course a bit dangerous. I was also thinking about banning this track away, because the Cup of the Day map shouldn't be too bad for me. I thought about what if I just ban this away, because I knew that this buddy guy is taking this. And such random maps I don't really need against these players. So it was an option. It was an option to just take this map away. What held me away from doing it is that in the previous match it went pretty good, surprisingly. But this is what can happen, you see? And as you are on freewheel, you cannot really react on that. That's the main problem with this track. But the reside on snow after I won the first round, it really hurts. That I exit the snowcar map on 3rd place. That's something that I didn't believe that it would happen in the loser bracket. But it was just like you lose so many points in this point system with 5 drivers if you get 3rd. And it was now twice in a row 3rd place with only 1/10 to win the round. Also that is crazy. That's nothing basically. It's such a big difference in points though. And the match is not very long. Okay, I had a really slow ending, but I take this, that's okay. And Fatinho even getting the last place. Finish timer is long enough. Maybe it's just for all maps the same, and as we have a very long RPG it needs to be that long. Ah, the last place gets 1 point, interesting. Okay. That's very helpful, like it's a 9-point difference to Fatinho. By full speed it is. Yeah, that brought me at least up to second again. Had nothing to lose, was only fourth. Actually also third, like you don't really have much to lose unless you risk in getting fifth, yeah, that's of course a thing. Okay. It is decent. It is decent. But we are now halfway through with the points and it's a bit too close for my taste. Yeah, also for my taste it is too close here between us. We now come to this third map. Let's see how this is going. This is of course an interesting map. I didn't really practice it a lot, but it is not too difficult to learn. However, for the to the records, to the world records, I'm still missing a lot. Question is, Undier was the one to choose this map. How good is he here? Will he take some big points and make a comeback? Ah, these are other versions of these tracks with less blocks. Okay. Can also just avoid going into a nose slide there. 39.4. The thing is, I have always 2 minutes of warm-up. It's a little bit much, to be honest, but it helps me, of course, learning and warming up on these tracks. Here we go. Would be very good if I just win now. 1 second. Okay. And 1 point for Buddy and 3 points for Fatinho. Wow. This couldn't be any better than this. This is a very helpful round. If this is really the pace of the others here, then let's just win. 2 more rounds. At the beginning I wasn't first. I'm even last. And now they are doing better. Ah, man. Also whenever there is a close fight, I am not winning it. It's like really extreme in this match. Like I'm losing so many big points to my direct opponents by just a few hundreds. Like this is what keeps it close in this matchup. If I was in snow 1.5 times faster, then no, GG. I would be far away. It's like a 6 points difference, no? If he wins against me or the other way around. But here this is good, Undier taking points away from him. Nice! Was a good map for me. So. We now go to map 10. Ach, this is Viper's map. Ha. Now I see why he wanted to use that. In the other match. Also I think that against these players on just very normal skill maps where there is not much that can happen, I think it looks good on those tracks. Like on the dirt track it was already obvious, like he was beating me in my worst run basically. The worst one, that was exactly the one run where he could beat me. If I had driven one of my other times, also from the warm-up, the last round, would be 3 wins there. Maybe this here is also working out well. I was of course against Buddy in the previous match, and here there were some people ahead of me sniping me, but I think it was not him. Also I can win already on this track. Yeah, I need 11 points in 2 rounds to get into the finalist status. And then I have 1 more round on this track here. Then I have 1 more round on this track where I can close out my finalist. And if I don't do that, then comes my pick. And that is like, no, then it actually worked perfectly. My idea that I want to be, that I want my map to come very late. That worked kinda perfect. Because they would need to beat me on my own pick. Now the thing is, I don't know if I'm really very good on my own pick, but the others definitely also didn't have the best locals on it. But I think I can maybe close it out here already. Because this is a very easy map to drive. one guy is ahead. Again 300s, like are you kidding me? How often does that happen? Why is that so consistent in this match that I lose the battles just by a hair? Anyway, the 3rd place is enough to reach Finalist and have an attempt on this track. On the other hand, it would also be nice if I deny the big points to the others. Like just getting 3rd would be enough, but it wouldn't be perfect. Okay. Finalist. And Buddy is still missing 15 points. Fuck. He must have been close to me though. Like he drove a 40.0. Which is quite a lot faster than my other rounds. But yeah, I had it in my own hands. I got too wide in that left turn. I realized it too late. I released too late. And then I saw that my angle for that finish turn is gonna be extremely tight. And I knew I have to hit that edge perfect, otherwise it will really cost me a lot. But this is of course not optimal, because I would have had the win there. And I threw it away. And I mean, we of course don't know. It is still my pick, and I hope that they are not all too good here. But it is of course not completely obvious. Maybe one of them is really strong on this track and I didn't know. And suddenly I have big issues to close it out. And I myself have to, of course, get a hang out of this turn here. Okay, Buddy did a 51-0. So this is not free. Need to get a better start. I got the worst gear. What the fuck? Oh my god. This is actually a really shit round. I won. Ja gut. GG. This was such a bad round, holy shit. 52.9, I'm missing 3 seconds to my PB. But I'm happy that I'm through here. I got what I wanted. It was, however, way too close for comfort. Because also Fatinho is not missing all too many points to get to 80. Boah, he took way too much penalty. It stands for RDS du Sail, like some French word. Oof, Undier. He has much more speed than Fatinho. Will he overtake or not? Depends on how tight he jumps. He's ahead. This is exactly what he needed. 7 points. Yeah. Like one guy hosts this. It was a time attack session for a long time. Basically just on Friday evening there comes a map out, then you have time to hunt until Sunday evening, and with your positions each week you get points for seasonal ranking, and the players with the most points from the season, they qualified for these playoffs, and now it's rounds mode against each other on these tracks with Finalist. But if I want to have a chance tomorrow for the final, then I need to practice hard here on these tracks. Like if I would just be able to reach my own PBs, then I would already do pretty well. It's a copy-paste of last round here. But this time Fatinho ahead. There are 15 maps. Quite a lot. So now it gets also very exciting for Body. Because both are not finalists yet. But after the next round there is a decent chance that they are both finalists. Naja, Undier needs of course a top 2 place. Top 3 is actually not enough from his point score. And we reached now the map, and I think that's very bad for Undier. We can definitely say Undier was very strong on, naja, like in relatively to the other players, he was very strong now on the last maps. But in the beginning of the match he was doing pretty poor. And this here was a fight with Buddy and Fatinho and myself. So most likely it's gonna be one of them. For Buddy it's of course a bit shit that now Fatinho's pick is coming up for a second time, and in the most important situation it's coming up. But that's of course a big problem for Buddy. Nevertheless, he was able to win rounds here. Fatinho actually didn't win a single round on this track, he was just 3 times second in the first rotation. thing is, there is something on this track that I just do not understand. Where I'm really clueless. When I hunted this map, I was so confused why it took me ages to reach the top 20. And then also why the records were so far in front. And then after a lot of driving, I slowly got some feeling, but it felt not natural on this track. Also, there is something on this track that makes you fast that didn't feel natural to become fast like that. And I did not understand what that is. Like why is this so weird on this track? For me, this is definitely, for a snow car map, this is weirdly bad for me. And for me, basically, the pace that I have in a round currently is more or less just random. And that I was then twice exactly 1/10 behind both of them. It was, for me personally, just random. I could have had also a 2 or 3/10 faster time with basically the same driving. This is how this map feels to me. I did not really understand it also when I hunted it. I got then in the end a good time, but it was a really big struggle, and I was massively surprised that the snowcar map makes so much problems. Okay, he feels the pressure. Also for me it would be actually good if Fatinho goes through. Apparently they all drive the correct line. Because Fatinho is maybe then also part of my next match? Nah, no, he's probably not. But if he was, then he would most likely pick this map again. And I would think still has to be good against many other drivers. Yeah, so he's consistently driving, like it's also, like they also drive always kind of at the same times though. They don't have a big variance. They always drive 0.1, but for me it feels like if I drive here a 0.3 or if I drive a 0.0, this is like random. It can be the one or the other. Like it's... Don't really fully understand this track, but we have now Undier also as Finalist because Buddy of course crashed it away. Fatinho is the favorite, but they now feel the pressure. That is for sure. They feel the pressure. And all three survive the start. Buddy, Fatinho and Undier. This was a great turn from Fatinho. Undier is too far away as if he could do something from himself. Fatinho also extending the lead. Now this jump is very difficult to stay straight, but they both make it beautifully. Buddy now equal speed or slightly faster, but most likely not enough to overtake if Fatinho survives the end, and he will, and Fatinho takes it. GG. 0.15. Yeah, he drove 0.18 and 0.15, and I think they drove very similar times in the first rotation. Alright, this is it. The top two players here qualified. And move on to the next match, and the next match is gonna be tomorrow. I'm gonna leave here. I can show this again. So, these are the results. I won in front of Fatinho. Here it was that Shidex won in front of Trilisk and Fire actually went out. Interesting. Trilisk was actually in my first match and he was even behind Buddy. But he got through. And Bubül is also out. This is massively surprising. Bubül, are you here in my chat? Like, you didn't train at all, or what is happening? That's like Bubül, I thought, would be one of the people to battle for the semi-final, final, and so on. Naja, tomorrow, yeah, it all starts with loser bracket matches. I am together with Trilisk, which is actually good. Because this is already a player I'm pretty sure I can beat. And there will be 2 more players in this match, and they will come from the winner bracket. And now I have to see if I can do following thing. I'm gonna ask the admin if it's fine that I play the Cup of the Day, because this is supposed to start at 7:40 and literally the Cup of the Day ends at 7:45. Like another 5 minutes. Most likely, unless we have a very special map tomorrow. There is of course this annoying pick and ban phase before, but I will tell him anyway a list. I will give him anyway my list of maps that I would pick or ban for this match here. So in theory it could work if the admin accepts it. That I play at 19 o'clock at 7 PM the Cup of the Day. At 7:45-ish, I would play the loser bracket match here. Then at 8:30 PM, I would play my Stadium Endurance match in Trackmania United Forever in another competition. And that should end exactly 9 PM, so I would be just in time for this match. If I qualified for this match, that is. And then I can continue here. I have then this match, if I get through there, I have this match, and then the grand final is here. And all the 4 people in the grand final also get prize money. But it's gonna be difficult, because you see, there are 8 players in the winner bracket currently. And then there were now 10 players down here. So from these 10 players in the loser bracket, I would say I am already now, with this training, the best player. Because Shinex also did seem to be that trained, and he was behind me here in this match where we were together. Also I can beat them all. But in order to get into the top 8, no, I would need to beat someone of those. Now I think that Einos was not very prepared maybe. Also at least it sounded like this was a bit easier here. But yeah. Depends always, no, how much they are prepared. But yeah, I will have to try. Like there are still people here that will be difficult to beat. Like by tomorrow evening, they also are better on those tracks. So yeah, we will see. Yeah, a lot. It's all about competitions. But yeah, this is like a problem that was already early on clear. I knew I am in a team in this United competition. It's on 4 Sunday evenings. And this cup here goes over 1 weekend, over 2 evenings. And it clashes on Sunday. So I have the other competition goes very long. It starts 20:30 and goes then for 2 hours. But it consists of 4 races. And I should play the stadium race. There will be then races with other cars in other environments where my teammates can also easily play, where I don't need to play. But in stadium I should play. It is much better if I am participating there for the team. And I would like to do that, and I looked at this Google sheet and was wondering, in what match do I have to be in order to be able to drive Stadium, which goes from 20:30 to 21. And I wouldn't be able to play it if I was in the winner bracket. So it's all fine that I'm in the loser bracket, but still alive. It can work out. Like this can definitely work out. The only question is what I do with the Cup of the Day, because I like to archive it. No? I can definitely start playing Cup of the Day, but it's a bit weird to leave Cup of the Day before the end. No? Also yeah, there I have to see. Anyway, that's it for now. Now I'm tired and I need to stop and I need to sleep, and then I hope that I have a bit more focus tomorrow and can really start learning these tracks.